Hello again, people. This episode is the Kenny edition. As you can see about what I've ended up here with this. This one's going to be a little bit different. I wanted to sort of share some of my thoughts about what I've seen so far in Tbilisi and what I like about it. Overall, top line, I'd say it's a beautiful city. I was very shocked by how beautiful it is. Currently we're up on one of the hillsides that overlooks the city. Just in a nice little cafe here. But there's so many beautiful aspects to the city. Before I get into it, run into across
G'day, how you going?
in Tbilisi, the Prince of Adelaide, ready to run some rockers. So yeah, it's quite an old city. So there's a lot of beautiful architecture throughout it. A lot of beautiful churches. So it's a really nice mix of sort of old and new, because they only properly got their independence back from the Soviet Union in 1991. But the city itself does have quite a unique culture, and it hasn't sort of stayed as a communist bloc country, but really flourished, I think. A couple of things, I think two really interesting sort of differences in it is the old Gothic architecture. There's lots of churches, lots of apartment buildings that are really beautiful, but it's coupled with a lot of sort of modern street art that adds a really nice touch to it. There's some beautiful streets that you can just sort of wander through that have these Gothic apartment buildings sort of building over you, and you're sort of walking through streets with vines covering over. Yeah, it's really quite nice. So when we leave here, we'll sort of walk through some streets, and I'll capture some of that, just to sort of show you how it looks, because I've really enjoyed walking around the city. Food's delicious, a lot of bread, a lot of meat, a lot of cheese, a lot of vegetable options as well, but nice hearty dishes, so like stews and yeah, all sorts of dishes. It's also quite cheap here, so it's been nice to be able to sort of experiment a little bit with different foods without breaking the bank. And the Georgian people in general are quite nice. They're not overly sort of forward with like saying hello, but they're sort of going about their business, and they'll help you where they need to. Another interesting thing is there's obviously the sort of older generation that, you know, are post-Soviet, and they're a bit more straight and a bit more sort of conservative and, you know, get the job done sort of mindset. But there's also a growing culture, from what I can tell, just walking around, with sort of a lot of live music sort of going on, a lot of young people dressing in interesting progressive ways. Almost like walking down streets of Melbourne or something, where there's, you know, lots of like tattooed, you know, males and females, and some cool dress, as well as a lot of sort of thrift stores and little cafes that have like Radiohead playing, or little cocktail bars sort of hidden away down side streets. So it's got quite a cool new culture as well. There's also some cool things that I'll also show later on. Just you're sort of walking down normal streets, and there's a lot of vendors that, rather than just selling like souvenirs and things, they've got like beautiful streets where there's a couple of old fellas like with all these beautiful paintings strewn across the streets, and so you can walk and buy one if you want. There's also a lot of streets that have like just a sort of section where it's just all these books that are laid across like maybe a grassy patch, some beautiful old books, and so people are sort of stopping and having a look and maybe picking up a book and then just sort of continuing on their journey. Yeah, and I guess just to finish, one thing that has also been funny is their tech integration. It's sort of what we were back in, you know, 2010, say, where they still have button phones, they still have box TVs, but it's got like a really nice, beautiful aspect to it, I think. I think sometimes the progression that we have with technology has taken away something from it, where there's, you know, flat screens and streaming services everywhere. Like there's still DVDs and CDs and box TVs, and there's not like a huge overabundance of it, which is nice. So that's also been cool to see. But I think we'll call it there. We'll go for a little walk and see what we find, eh? Back to Skeg. Let's go. Back again briefly. We're sort of on our way down the mountain from the cafe. I just wanted to give you more of a shot at what we're seeing. There's a lot of churches around Tbilisi, and there's a couple just in the view now. So there's sort of one right in front of us, real beautiful one through there with the golden roof. And then we're sort of sweeping across the city. There's another one just below us there, and then more around. But yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful little outdoor sort of wine area overlooking the city as well. I mean, sort of garden area, wine area. There are grapes up there, but another little walkway down towards back into the heartland. Nice little chill cafe. Hey kitty. Back again, another beautiful building. Just another, just an first example of beautiful architecture they have here. Some more sort of rundown stuff, but it's still got its nice own little bit of beauty. Bit of street art down there where the Skeg is, and then like a beautiful timber, I don't know what you'd call that, sort of like a balcony, a horseshoe balcony, with some really nice old timber holding it all together. I thought that was beautiful. And then this little cafe restaurant there. Let these people pass on through. Nice little building there, little sort of opening, a bit more over there, a bit more modern. The street down here looks pretty decent. Georgian flags up above. Nice old building up there. Nice little sort of hole in the wall cafe just next to the road. Interesting colour. Lots of those random little side streets that just lead nowhere. Beautiful little park amidst the city. Cafe sort of built into it. Skeg and one of Skeg's mates named Nate tried to watch the State of Origin there off the phone yesterday, but it's a beautiful little park just to chill out. A beautiful little sort of walkway down there, both straight in that way, and then over there. Yeah, we'll cruise down here. Gondola up above, leading back to where we were before, back over to the statue of Queen of Georgia. No way. Look at that shit. Oh no, it's alright. Okay. Hey yo.
Mi foto.
Nice video. Cool.
Like this. خریده.
Just after that little bird interaction, almost had to go full Greg Bird, Paul Gallen style on these fellas, but all a bit of fun. They were trying to overcharge us for the fact that they put birds on us, but we should have been more aware. Beautiful old little clock tower. It's sort of, it's on a slant there, as you can see. It's on a lean, but it's beautiful. Beautiful old building there. Church over there. That street I was talking about, this is a bit more souvenir-y, but nonetheless still quite nice. Beautiful bits of artwork, big and small. Beautiful bit of street art, whatever you want to call that. As I was just saying before, this is just one of those examples of really like old architecture, like that wall, as well as that sort of bit of street art through the middle there. And also they've turned this old, I guess, hotel building into like a jazz club as well as an art gallery. Stockholm was a really cool adaptation to an old building. Cool old Georgian books, full Georgian lettering. What I was saying before, just on the side of the road, footpath. On one of the main roads through Tbilisi. Lots of nice old buildings all along, and then there's just like a beautiful old building here that's quite extra. All the artwork further up might be a bit hard to see, but really beautiful. Don't know what it's used for now. Could still be a church, most likely. Nice stained glass over there. Come to the end of our little walk, me and Skeg. Just heading into our little hostel. This is the entrance here. Gotta watch this step at night, you can cop it. But it's quite nice. Nice little balcony. Kitchen's down there. A few rooms here. Hey yo, the man, the myth. Yep. Our little room and a beautiful little balcony. Overlooking back to where we were.
Yeah.